here today, Monday, to talk to you about Kwik Stix. So Kwik Stix are pretty cool. They are essentially like it's like paint in this little container, right? And it kind of looks like chapstick, but it's not. You even roll it up like it's chapstick. Okay. This one's got blue all over it, which that's okay. We can clean it off. And the coolest thing about them is this paint that is inside the stick, when you color with it, it dries super fast, like so fast. So I thought we would do just a very simple, uh, quick drawing today. We're not even going to sketch with pencil first. We're just going to go for it. Okay. And so I pulled out all the colors that come with them. Now, Crayola has their own version of these as well. So Crayola's is called a washable paint stick, which might be better for your household if you want the washable. I haven't actually tried these on a wall, a table to see if it comes out or not. I don't know, right? But anyway, so Crayola has their own version. Uh, do you say Faber Castell? They have their own version. Okay. And so there's lots of versions, but if you basically just Google paint stick, lots of different options are going to pop up. And I bought these because I could buy them in a whole class stick. Now, again, this one's got like smudges on it. So we can just clean that off by, rubbing it on the probably not your table at home, but a napkin or something like that. So I'm going to start with the centers of my flowers. Now, not all flowers have yellow centers. I know, but that's what I'm going to start with. Just keep it simple today while I'm introducing these new art supplies to you. So this is something that I started using this summer, and I just really, really liked them for filling in bigger spaces quickly without actually using paint. So that was kind of nice. So we've got our yellow on here, and then now I'm going to go in with some orange, and I might do one flower with just kind of almost rectangular petals. I don't know if we could even give this a shape name. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill in my flower petals. And so if I use the whole tip, it's going to make a really thick line, right? And if I just use the side of it, it's going to make a much thinner line. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get my whole flower petal filled in. There we go. And you know what, guys? I'm going to try. What if we lower you? Here we go. And we just switch sides here. And I push you a little bit closer. Would that be better? Possibly? Okay. So we're going to get these all filled in. And the cool thing about it is, just like paint, you can layer your colors. Now, look at this. Already dry, right? The first one I did, already dry, which is so cool. So these are great to have at the house just for some fun, big, simple art. Ooh, these would be great for making posters. Like if you have kids that have something coming up and they need to make a poster, these would be great for that. Now, like I said, if we use the side of our Kwik Stix, we can make much thinner lines, just like so, and add like some decoration to our art that we're making. So again, it's a little tricky to do too small of details, but they are great for bigger artwork. Okay. Then I'm going to come in here. I could even pop on a little bit of white. Now, I will say with the Crayola ones, these ones you can actually, they don't dry like super fly fast, so you can actually do some blending with them. These Quick Stick brands, these do dry really, really quick. And so it's, you can't really blend. Like I can't make a light orange because you know, it just dries too fast. So the white is literally laying on top of the orange. Okay. So now I'm going to go in and let's do, I don't even know what kind of flower petals. Oop, this has got blue on it, doesn't it? But kind of like oop, the daisy type flower petals, like the long, skinny, pointy ones. Okay. So again, these are kind of fun just to break out and not use pencil. And I'm using the whole tip right now to fill in my petals. And then I can use an accent color to kind of come in whoop, here with it and work right around the edges and maybe add some color with an accent color. And the nice thing is this is just a little bit, this paper is just a little bit thicker than copy paper, but you could even use these on copy paper, whereas like real paint, you know, I don't know that you would want to use real paint on copy paper, you know? Okay, maybe we'll go ahead and do a red outline on this one too. We did red on the orange, but we could do red on this one too. There we go. And they just glide. I know it's hard to tell on the screen because you can't actually feel how they work, but they just glide on and it's so nice. I wish I could say I was being sponsored right now, but I'm not. I just want to kind of reach out to, you know, my followers that follow me and show you maybe something that you might want to get for your kids at home or even for yourself. And again, these are great for filling in bigger spaces. So after I did all of this, right, I could totally go in with actual paint and maybe a detail brush and add lots of detail to these and layer actual paint on top of these paint sticks. That could be really cool. So there's that one. Maybe I take a blue. Let's see, is blue going to show up? Yeah, it shows up. There we go. Put like a little blue all in there. All right. Ooh, now what do we do? I guess we don't have an actual red flower. So we could pop some red on in here. So you guys will have to let me know if you've ever tried these or maybe if your kids have used them at school. When I was teaching school, I didn't know anything about these. I you know, just kind of used a lot of the same supplies with my kids at school because it was easier to buy like in bulk. Although I will say you can buy these in a class pack, which is pretty cool. And so here we go. There. And maybe I want to add, even though, like I said, it doesn't blend, I could add that little bit on top. And who says there couldn't be a blue flower, right? Who says? So we will. Oh, thank you guys for watching. I'll definitely have to come back and look at your comments. They're popping up so fast on my phone. I appreciate it. But hi, Carson. And yes, I could definitely do some cute drawings. I post most of my live videos over on Facebook, but I finally rehooked up my Restream. So now it's streaming to multiple platforms at the same time, which is awesome. So you guys will have to let me know where you're watching from, which platform you're on, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and definitely let me know like what kind of videos you'd like to watch. I have, those of you that have never met me, I have been teaching art. This would be year 20. Holy Hannah. This is year 20, 2 decades. And I taught in a public school for 15 years, taught art. And then I also run my art studio, Artsy Rose, and we do lots of in-person classes here. And so, but I love getting on social media and just sharing some products I like to use or sharing some easy projects you can do at home, either yourself or with your kids. So, and like I said, these are pretty cool. We just started using them this summer at Artsy Rose. And so I really enjoy using them. All right. So now in my background, what if we did a little of this lighter green? So it kind of looks like maybe leaves or grass or something like that growing in the garden, right? So I can come in here with this lighter green and fill in these spaces. There we go. And then I could go with a little bit of darker green and add some pops of dark green in, because anytime you can add lighter and darker values to a piece of art, it's going to instantly make it look more exciting. It's going to keep, your viewer looking at it just a little bit longer. It kind of pulls them in when you have those different values, and value is the lightness or darkness of a color. Now maybe I kind of come in and not necessarily outline everything, but just kind of add some little pops of this darker green in there. There we go. Oh yeah, I like that with the darker green. There. And then on these centers, I was thinking, man, do they need something? Maybe this, oh, how about orange on this one? We just clean up this circle with some orange. Could add a little orange to that one, maybe some orange to this one. Might as well add it to that one since we did the rest. And then you could even add in pops of darker, even like darker colors. There we go, in places. But essentially, this is a very just fun, loose piece of art using these really awesome Kwik Stix. And I totally got out of order, but that's okay. Red, orange, yellow, green. Does anybody else do that? Blue, purple. There we go. All right. Awesome. So here is what we used to create this piece of art. And like I said, it's just a little bit thicker than copy paper, but the coolest thing about these is you can use them on something as thin as copy paper if you wanted to. And then we could definitely, now that we have this base layer on, go in with some actual paint and add even more detail using actual paint. So if you want to try these out, I got mine from, you can get them on Amazon. I've seen a bunch of different art supply companies sell them. And I got mine, I'm trying to remember now. NASCO. I got mine from NASCO online, and I bought a whole class set. So art teachers, you can get a class set. It's a little bit of an investment, but I'm telling you, look, it's so much better when you're working with little kids to use something like this that is controlled. It's much easier to control this than you can a paintbrush when you're little, right? Because you're still working on your fine motor skills. And so this is a great complement to that. like I said, for the littles. And the big kids love them too. And then, like I said, you can challenge your big kids by now pulling in, I could, pull in some actual paint with brushes and baby brushes and work some of that in. So we build up layers. Now, another thing that I did earlier today with these is after we made our flower background, we created a monarch because we are in monarch migration season. And so now we added, at the end of this uh, half of the project, we added in our monarchs and we only glued down their bodies so that the wings would still be flapping. And so this could be a fun little addition. And who says it has to be a monarch? Lots of things love gardens, and you can talk about pollinators, but like bees and moths and other types of butterflies and ladybugs and all the things, right? So you could incorporate any critter into this. You could even give your, kiddos their own options, right? Their own choices to add in. So anyway, thanks so much for watching with me. I'm hoping maybe I introduced you to something new that you either haven't heard of or maybe your kids haven't heard of, and you guys can do something fun together using a new art supply. So I will be back on here again Thursday for sure in the afternoon, probably either at about 2:15ish or it'll be about 3:30ish. So it just kind of depends on how my afternoon classes at the studio go. If you ever want to come to a class, definitely check out artsyrose.com and you can come to one of our classes and in person, and that would be amazing. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you decide to make your own project using Kwik Stix, definitely drop a picture of it in the comments below, or drop a comment and let me know, what would you want to do next? What do you guys want to do on Thursday whenever I pop on here live again? So we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, and challenge. Reach out to somebody you haven't reached out to in a while and let them know that you care, that you're thinking about them. Spread that kind